Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League China DMS Dragon Physique Pro Bikini results, and every single one of these women looked insane. Beautiful suits, great hair, tiny waistlines. Oh my gosh, it was a great show. So in terms of Olympia, last year's top three are already qualified, and then the winner of every open contest held in the qualification period, it began October 9th and it's going to go all the way through to September 15, qualifies. So our first place winner here gets to go. So here's a look at the scorecard. There's women's bikini down at the bottom. In first place, Cheo Xian. Second, Lee. Third, Heather. Fourth, Mangru. And fifth, Charlotte. And you look at the points, it was very even in that judging round. Okay, so here's Charlotte in fifth place. My gosh, I am always so impressed when I see photos of her. She is crazy muscular in that upper body. Like, this girl's got traps. She's got giant delts. The width in her collarbone from shoulder to shoulder is so good. And my gosh, she just looks so muscular, beautiful, curvy, round delts, large lats, and what a tiny waist. Crazy definition with her obliques, the six-pack abs, and just stunning amount of muscle. I think she's got big legs. She's got a nice quad sweep. She's got good detail coming in this groove here in her hip. You see the line by the hamstring. Like, she is so impressive. It's crazy. I think she should be careful with the traps. I might even suggest having a little bit of hair come over the front. Like, even if she had the hair a bit shorter in the front and then still long in the back, just so that she could have some curls kind of cascading over the traps, but make sure the delts are still visible. I think that might help to soften up some of that hardness that she gets. And I think the conditioning, I love it. I love all the detail that we're seeing, but she will have to be careful that she still maintains a softness and roundness and curvy bubbliness. When I go to the next competitor, for example, I notice a lot more of that round, full shape in the legs, whereas Charlotte really gets that hard, muscular, lean look. I love it. I think it looks amazing, but maybe that's something that's affecting the placings a little bit. Overall, though, I think she's gorgeous. Great, smooth, sleek, simple hair, nice jewelry, beautiful suit color. She's just amazing. Okay, next and fourth is Mangru, and here is exactly what I mean about that more round, full, curvy, bubbly shape in the legs. Her quads in particular look so good. I'm loving the curve to her sweep. She's got detail right by the kneecap in this leg, that nice line really firmly in her thigh, but not overly like detailed and striations or crazy lines into the quads. Just soft and round and full and beautiful. The shadows in this show are a little bit deceiving. Like, it almost looks like her leg is here, but if you look carefully, there is a bit more hamstring than the lighting is letting us see. I'm sure it was different in person, but just the way that the camera has captured it, just keep that in mind. I do think her glutes look crazy good in this pose. Like, there's so much height and roundness, full, she looks incredible. Really nice small waist, beautiful upper body, though I do think the conditioning up top is a lot more than the conditioning in the bottom. I'm loving the more round, bubbly look below, and I think it would be kind of nice if we could get a little less detail into the upper body. Like, there's vascularity, her delts are really outlined, just all the gloss on her chest, I think, it just draws your attention to how ripped and muscular she looks up top, and I would have liked to see more of a flow between the upper and the lower. But overall, I think she's really great. I'm loving the legs in particular. Beautiful posing. She's just awesome. Okay, next in third place is Heather. She's striking a really good balance between maintaining those curves in her legs, the roundness in the quad, that beautiful curve to the hamstring, nice curve to the glute, but also having some really good detail. The quad is very outlined. You got this sharp line by the hamstring. There's a little bit of a line coming up the back leg. Her obliques look really sharp. A little bit of six-pack definition coming through. And her upper body has that nice detail, but I'm not overly drawn to vascularity or anything like that in her upper body. It's just a really nice amount of detail. Her lats look really good, beautiful curve. I do think two things. Number one, there's a little bit of this like wrinkling happening in her skin. And so perhaps she could just pull up a little higher in her chest, pull the shoulder out a little bit more, and then maybe that would help to just smooth out that skin. And then the other thing, it might allow her to have her hand fall a little more flat. I'm not crazy about the arm coming out so far to the side. You know, I don't want obviously anything to obstruct the view of her glute, but to me it's just a little too outwards. So that's something maybe she could try playing with, but otherwise I think she looks really great. Nice size, nice conditioning, and beautiful overall look. That purpley blue suit. You can see there's a bit of that coordinated color in her eyeshadow. She just looks pretty and beautiful. Okay, next and second is Lee. Oh, wow. Really good shape. So her waistline looks unbelievably tiny and really long. The definition in her oblique, in her abs, it's great. The lats really stand out to me, and that curve in her delts are beautiful. I love the way she's posing her upper body. I think you have a nice curve maintained in that back shoulder. That can be hard. A lot of times the way that the athletes place their hand, it kind of flattens the back delt, but not her. She's doing a really good job of keeping a beautiful curve so that you're seeing a nice symmetry between left and right in those delts. I love it. I also think she's got just enough of the arm falling nicely down to her side, so she's not blocking her glute, but she's not overly outwards like we saw in the last photo. I think she's got some good definition into the quad here, but I do think she could have a little bit more height in the glute right in this part up here, and I think she could have a bit more roundness to the quads. She's clearly very lean, but I wouldn't mind a bit more size so that we can have a bit more of that curvy shape. But I'm loving this purple suit. She's got a beautiful smile, nice hair, gorgeous skin tone, and I'm super impressed by that midsection. And now in first place, Cheoxian. Holy, she looks amazing. She's doing a really great job with the posing. I see her lat. I see these beautiful delts posed very nicely, so you see the roundness in both arms, really tiny waist, and her glutes look awesome. Like that S curve starts right here and turns around her whole body, and it just looks so good. She's got a beautiful sweep to the top of her quad. She maintains that curve with nice definition still. So you've got the detail coming down her leg. You've got that hourglass, teardrop shape by her knee, beautiful obliques, extremely flat midsection, not a crazy amount of like ab detail, but so flat and so tiny. It just looks awesome. She looks substantial, she looks muscular, she looks really tiny in the waist, and she looks really curvy in that silhouette. I love it. Okay, there wasn't a lineup photo, so I just placed everyone side by side so you can see some of the differences between them. Here's where I think you can really notice Charlotte and just how big and muscular her upper body is. The traps in particular, those delts, just gorgeous. I think Mengru in this pose, her upper body looks quite narrow. So if she could just keep building the delts a little bit, just try to get even more width to that collarbone area. Heather, I'm loving the detail and the definition in her legs, but I am noticing that little bit of crinkling here. Her midsection doesn't look as flat and tight as first and second. Second place to me needs just a little bit more glute when you compare her to first place. So I can see why we have our winner here in the middle. She's got great delts, great width, really curvy back, beautiful amount of size in her legs, and a gorgeous midsection. And then from behind, I didn't have a photo of Heather quite in the pose, but you can see Heather has great size in the width of each individual glute. Really full, really round. Beautiful. Mangru in fourth. Her delts look amazing in this back pose, and I'm loving how narrow her waist looks. Really beautiful. Lee, I think she has got gorgeous glutes, really nice definition coming in to the tie-ins, but I think she could have a little bit more quad showing. That could even be a matter of just letting the toes be turned out a little bit more. When I compare her to our first place winner, definitely more quad sweep showing on either side of the leg. Charlotte in fifth, I think looks great. Her glutes have a beautiful size, but she doesn't quite have that same sharpness in the glute ham tie-ins like we're seeing on first and second. And then, of course, our first place winner, she looks really hourglassy from behind. The tie-ins are really visible, super clear, and I'm loving the curves and the size of her legs. So I think it was a great win, definitely a beautiful top 5, and a terrific competition. And of course, in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified for 2024. And that is it for my recap. There is another big show coming up this weekend, the AGP Pro Bikini. So make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you liked this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.